It has been nearly a decade. And yet, for some reason, even the Austrians still believe the Russia collusion narrative. TDS is not stopped by international waters. The same court run by the UN that helped Hamas in the initial attack? Hamas could have let the people leave, but they did not. This also assumes that the Palestinian state was ever legitimate. I am not sure why putting up barbed wire is suddenly racist. After all, no one forced anyone to cross. If the federal government will not secure the border, it is up to Texas. Let me see. You mean the documents that the FBI said were fine to have but requested that he have more security therewith? You mean the event in which he did not tell the people to go in, let alone take tours? You mean the phone call that was taken completely out of context, creating the need for a persecutor? You mean Trump's biggest fan that wanted to go on a shopping spree? Lawfare is a very dangerous tactic, even if they are false charges. Not calling out sin is how we got to where we are. However, something tells me that this lady does not want her own sins called out. On a side note, based on the outside, it is probably not a Bible-believing church. Let me break Ms. Sorensen's argument down a bit. The court is overseen by the UN, the same organization that helped orchestrate the initial attack by Hamas. That is an excellent description of Hamas, Hezbollah, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, the Taliban, and many others. So what exactly is her point? That sounds like Iran and Saudi Arabia. So what exactly is her point? I see we are still pulling out the lie that Israel is an apartheid state. Former South Africans have already called out this lie since Muslims have full rights and even sit in important government positions. In other words, Ms. Sorensen just wants to lie in hopes that we do not notice. Well, when the woman is a fan of yours, she is probably just using lawfare to make a quick buck. Notice that the fake news only believes claims against Republicans. If the left is still going to refer to this as a coup, how many members of a coup get private tours by the security of the building in question? Asking for a friend. This is a lot easier since they have all of that farmland in America, sold to them under Nikki Haley. Combine this with their spy balloon and their biolab in California, the FBI is really slow on the draw. This is what happens when you focus on Catholics and those who speak at school boards first. The rest of NATO paying their fair share rather than the United States footing the bill is apparently still controversial. In the meantime, apparently the Netherlands is also concerned about the imaginary Russia collusion. The nothing burger really is an international problem. TDS is not stopped by international waters. Yes, I am sure granting mass amnesty to all of the illegals will stop them from coming over. Brandon could stop transporting the illegals by plane, and he could shut down the secret bases in Arizona. However, he has to spend this against the Republicans.